Hi everyone, my name is Phil Swan. I'm Director for Digital at Greater Manchester Combined Authority. And as we get towards the end of the year, it's just great to take stock. As 2021 has been another huge and strange digital year, topped off, of course, nicely by the Log4j vulnerability that's landed on us last weekend. And I'm sure lots of you are up to your eyeballs in that. It's fair to say there's been a lot of highs and some obvious lows this year for our digital sector. So I'm going to kind of focus more on the highs. Digital inclusion, though, feels like it's finally getting the focus it deserves. And with the pandemic really showing how important it is for people to get online safely and with confidence, more than ever. And in May, to complement what was an existing digital task force across the city region, the Mayor announced ambitions to support all under 25s, over 75s, and disabled people in the city region to get online, which is just incredibly important, and convened a new digital inclusion action network, which some of you will be involved with, on the same model as our homelessness network to drive this forwards. And that's really making traction now with work with the housing sector, on data, on getting kit for children in schools and so on. And we've heard of the challenges in attempting to fix the digital divide in Greater Manchester, but we have been really humbled by the amazing work that's happening in communities across the whole city region. It's just been phenomenal. Like the Everyone Can online e-gaming sessions, helping disabled people in Trafford, which are just inspirational. Connectivity, though, is really important, and it continues to be. And we're now actually most of the way through laying 2,700 new fibre kilometres, as it were, across the city region, which is going to help ensure Greater Manchester has the digital infrastructure it needs to be a world-class digital city region, which is our aspiration. This infrastructure will connect about 1,500 public sector sites, and it'll push out fibre into lots of new areas in Greater Manchester. And we're working with our partner in that, Virgin Media, to make sure we get greatest value out of it. And the local economic impact of the work today, and it's only just getting started, and it's been over 12 million in its first year, which has just been brilliant to see. Alongside all that side of things and that kind of infrastructure work, transforming digital services, public services across GM is just massively accelerated. The work in our health sector on the GMCA Record is amazing. Just massive hats off to everyone who's been involved in that. It means our care and our hospital care is that much more effective. Clinicians have got the data they need, and it's really building steam. That it is world class, that piece of work. And as I say, some amazing people helping taking that forwards, as well as supporting all the work around the care record. That we've got projects around supporting the homelessness, around making sure our children are school ready, and that is a particular area which we've been focusing on and has really leapt forward in the last 12 months. And together with our frontline professionals across the whole of GM, we've been building the UK's first early years app to give both parents and carers of children across Greater Manchester a digital way of completing online assessments that are paper-based. It means that parents and carers can see their own records, and of course it's helping professionals do their jobs more effectively as they can complete them digitally as well. They can get insights from the data, they can support children more effectively through faster referrals, and being more effective and efficient in terms of the ways of working. It's really an essential part of the whole levelling up agenda as well, which we hear more and more about, but it's just absolutely critical. What was really nice to see is that app was actually crowned Public Sector Digital Innovation of the Year at the Digital Leaders Awards 2020, 2021, which we were delighted with. So just a couple of public examples of the amazing work that people are doing behind the scenes. But obviously we're seeing amazing growth of our digital industry, inward investors, global investors targeting GM companies like Matillion and PKI, SME funds closing funding rounds, having some amazing successes, winning great projects, some incredible data science stuff happening across the city region, underpinning and quietly underpinning some really huge global organisations, but being done out, created in Greater Manchester, done out of Greater Manchester. We're seeing our talent pipeline grow as more younger people are inspired to follow digital careers, and we need to do more in that space, absolutely. But it feels like actually that is the taps are starting to be turned on more. We've doubled the number of undergraduates, for example, huge numbers of people taking modern apprenticeships and so on. So as we draw towards Christmas, and obviously we remain in the throes of the pandemic, we'll be continuing to focus on supporting the needs of those most impacted by the situation. The health and well-being of our people and our economy are, of course, intrinsically connected. And I think even back 20 months ago, and how we're living and working now. And it's almost a bit of a cliche now, but we will be continuing to evolve through that journey. One of the reflections I had the other day actually was, if you look at the velocity of increase of data consumption on the internet, we're doubling our data consumption about every 3 years. And so in a year's time, we'll be using twice as much data online as we were at the start of the pandemic. And if we cast ourselves ahead 10 years, we'll be using more than 8 times the data we're currently using. We are living in a digital age. The digital foundations we're putting in place across the city region are just going to underpin absolutely everything. And it's critical that we're investing in that and developing those now. So we're building for that better future. We're investing in that. We're creating a place where anything digital is possible. And for one thing is for sure, 2021 has been a massively busy year for our digital sector, a massive year of transformation, development and innovation. And 2022 is going to be even more so. So my team and I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you all for everything you've been doing, wherever you've been doing it in the city region, doing amazing things to help our residents and businesses alike, to benefit from the opportunities that digital brings, to help make sure our city region becomes that globally world-leading place for digital. Wishing you all a very enjoyable festive season and a very happy new year. Thank you.